Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to be talking about who I think is going to win the Super Bowl next year. And I think that a lot of teams are coming out of the draft in a really good position, like the Bengals and the Redskins. But I honestly don't think that the Bengals with Joe Burrow are going to do much different than they did last year, and the Redskins or the Washington football team. I don't think they're going to change much. I don't think that any of the lower teams that got quote unquote really good players in the draft are going to change much. I do think that the Patriots are going to do very well, even without Brady. I think that Bill Belichick has the ability to do a lot of good for New England, and I just believe that he's a really good coach and he has a good ability to win. And while I'm speaking about New England, I do think that Tom Brady is actually going to cause a difference in Tampa Bay. I do think that he can cause a change, especially with Rob Gronkowski, because I think that they're just a perfect duo. They have such good chemistry that really, no matter what team they're on, like the Buccaneers, they can really make a big difference. And that's what I think about the Buccaneers. That's one of the only teams that I think that didn't do so well last year that can actually maybe do pretty decent this year. Now, another person that I wanted to talk about was the Kansas City Chiefs, as they came out of last year, winning the Super Bowl. And I think that they have a lot of potential to do good next year. I think that they are going to do pretty well. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl. I don't even think they're going to get too far into the playoffs. But I do think they will get it to the playoffs, and they will win the division. And one of the final teams I wanted to talk about were the 49ers, because I think that they had sort of a kid wonder sort of season. Like they won a lot more games than anyone else than anyone thought they would at all. And I think that has a lot to do with Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that he really had a big effect on that team. I think that he really inspired the change for sort of what would happen with that team last season, going to the Super Bowl, things like that. And I don't think they're going to be doing as well. I think that they're going to do pretty decent, but not as well. That's just what I think, at least. And the final team that I really wanted to talk about were the Ravens, because they just had such a wonderful season until they lost to the Titans. And I talked about this in another video. It's actually right here. And I just think that I don't think they're going to be doing as well. I really don't. I think that the league pretty much figured out Lamar Jackson. They figured out his strategy. Pretty much they figured out everything about him. I don't think that he's going to be very effective, or at least not as effective as he was last year. So I do not think that the Ravens are going to do well. I think the most that they're going to do is decent. And those are pretty much the teams that I wanted to talk about. And the final team that I truly think is going to win the Super Bowl is the Seattle Seahawks. I just think that Russell Wilson had an amazing season last year. Even if he didn't have enough light shine on him, I just think that he had a really good season. He had some of the highest passing touchdowns, and he just had some amazing plays. And I just think that their offense works really well for them. Russell Wilson's kind of a veteran now. He knows how the league works. He knows what he needs to do to succeed. He's already won Super Bowls, and I just think that he can do it. He's going to do it again next year, especially with Tom Brady not on the Patriots anymore. It's going to open up a more clear path for winning the Super Bowl, and I just think that, yeah, one of pretty much the biggest challenge that I think that's come to him in one of the biggest threats that the Seattle Seahawks have had to face are the Patriots, and now that the dynasty has sort of ended, I just think that he's going to have a much bigger chance. And, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I don't think the Belichick's Patriots are going to be as effective as Tom Brady and Belichick's Patriots. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I think. Thanks for watching, and if you want to, subscribe. Thanks.